Hi guys, Kirk and Jason here with Kirk Giordano Plastering. What I'm going to show you folks today is ceiling repair. Now, somebody stepped through this ceiling. I've done it myself once or twice too in the past 30 years. What we like to do is try to contain this because the folks here don't want me to pull the whole ceiling off, and I don't want to pull the whole ceiling off. So a natural buckle is what I'm hoping is about right here. Where I could end up going is to way over here, but I want to try to contain it right here, and about right there. That's sort of wishful thinking because I could stick my hand in here. It's about 4 to 6 inches down, and so what we're going to do first is, generally what I'll do is I'll come in and I'll score it. I'll take my knife here and I'll make some lines where I want it to stop. If you're going to do this, guys, put some glasses on, because this dust and grime and all the rest of that stuff will get in your eyes. All this is it's kind of like sheetrock. You mark it out. Will it stop here? Maybe. Maybe not. I can see that this one here is going to be about right here, and I've had this ceiling fall on me as I've been marking these guys, so it's nothing new. Doesn't hurt, it just gets you dusty. Here I want to contain it about right to here. Again, wear glasses. This stuff is falling in your eyeballs. Okay. Now one little spot right here. Takes a little bit of elbow grease. And what I'm going to do is, this whole ceiling, generally I'll have Jay up here. I'll say, grab this side, and I'll grab this side. So if I grab this, this is going to fall. If I grab this, that's going to fall. Let's see if I can contain it a little bit, and I'm going to gently drop these pieces on. This is not sheetrock, guys. This is plaster. So I'm going to just drop it on the plank right here. And then this one, let's see, anybody's guess how much is going to come down. If I were going to drop it on the floor, which I do have quite a bit of cushion down there, we don't want to dent the floor. The floor is hardwood. So I'll just gently place this here, taking this piece off next. And again, can this whole thing fall? Absolutely. Have I seen it done? Fallen? Sure, a few times. Okay. Hey, that's a lot of good paint right there to hold that heavy piece up. So drop this down. I don't want to make too much of a mess for us here. I'm hoping it stops that where I scored it, and sure enough it did. After I pull this off, Jason and I are going to prep this. I'm going to hit it with a bonding agent. Because I want to... What these are, guys, let's see. These are keys. Now, our stucco will mushroom through those, and that's how it adheres. It keys on. So the lath here, these openings are what we call in the trade keys. So my new plaster is going to go through these keys, mushroom on top, and that's how it's going to be held. I'm going to take Weldcrete, or plaster weld by Larson's, and I'm going to hit this with a bonding agent. That way it gets rid of the dust, because when I start to plaster this, there's a lot of dust that won't adhere. So anyhow, I'm going to continue taking this off. Jay hates it when I do this dusty stuff with his camera lens. So in about a half hour, we'll go ahead and show you how we put it back together after I remove a little bit more. Okay, guys, I have taken off all I want to take off. And remember, I told you these were keys. Now the stucco, my new stucco, is going to go through this opening and mushroom it back, and that's how it keys. Some areas like this, tap it just gently and get your head out from under it. All you do is just barely tap it. If you hit it too hard, what happens? You loosen up the whole everything else around here. You don't want to do that. I've already taken off everything I wanted to, and it was just about what I thought. So this is all I'm going to do now, guys, and then we're going to wire brush this, apply plaster weld to it, and get busy with the actual applications of replastering it. Okay, guys. Old Kirk says, go ahead and I'm basically scoring it Plus I'm getting off any dust. That way my bonding agent will adhere a wee bit better. Okay guys, I'm doing the plaster weld, and a lot of products out there. I just like to use plaster weld. You folks can buy anything you want. We go around the perimeter, and we're getting rid of the dust. That's what I want to get rid of, the dust too. And plus give it some extra adherence. Not only will it key in, but it'll stick to this plaster weld. Hey guys, Jay brought up an interesting point. That point is, when they built these or applied the wood lath originally, they didn't use any bonding agent because it was clean wood. If it's clean, it has no dust. I'm using the bonding agent around here because I want to kill some of that dust. And I'm using a 20-minute mud. Now this 20-minute mud means you got 20 minutes to put it on before it starts to harden. And if it's a bad mix or a dirty bucket, it'll harden in 5 minutes, by the way. What I'm doing is I'm going to do the interior, the perimeter first, because that's what I want to harden. Okay, we do the perimeter first. And we'll key it in there, guys. I won't take you to the whole tour like this, but you guys get the idea. Once the perimeter is done, this mud will be pretty much hard. And then Jay can mix up some new stuff. And we key it in. I push it in just like that. I put it on here, and then I pull back into it. That really gives me a good bond. See that? Push it in there hard. We're going to continue doing this all the way around the perimeter. And then we work our way inside the perimeter. Okay guys, now that I have that perimeter, I'm going inward. And what I'm doing is just how I just did. I'm pushing it here, and I'm really pushing it in that key where the break is. See here? Now push it in there real hard. That way it holds the rest of it up. And just push it in here, and I can feel this mud getting stiff already because it's 20-minute mud, but it's going against dry wood lath, so it's drying it out real fast. Anyhow, Jay's going to get ready to mix another bucket, and we will proceed. Okay guys, the perimeter has gone over twice. Now that mud is already getting stiff. See, it's pretty hard. I don't want to get it too hard because at the end I'm going to go ahead and fill the inside now, but at the end I'm going to coat everything real fine because this is what we call an orange peel look. So when I'm done with everything, I'm going to take a heavy roller, dip it in water, and just give it that orange peel look. By the way, guys, if anybody says, gee whiz, Kirk, what are you using? I'm using a fast set 20-minute mud. They've got this at Westside, they got it at Home Depot, they got it at Lowe's, and it's not all that exact same brand, guys, but it doesn't, I'm not real partial to any one particular brand. Anyway, so now we're going to go ahead and do the inside of this guy here. Yep. And so the same system is just a lot easier now. I don't have my joints are done. Just back and forth. All I'm doing is just getting a scratch coat on here. And no, we don't have to put scratch marks in it either. All we got to do is make it adhere on the other side of these wood lath, and that will adhere it. Whoa. Okay. So same thing, guys. I'm going to continue with this mud, and Jay just mixed this, so it's pretty soupy, just the way I like it. Okay, guys. Again, we're putting our second coat on here. Now, we can't really rush this stuff, so what I like to do is we're going to put this on right here and then take a 10-minute, 15-minute break to allow this to set up. By the way, guys, I'm using a plaster. This stuff here, really, it's not like sand and cement. You can't do this with sand and cement. Anyhow, A couple more strokes, I'm going to be done with this bucket, and we're going to give it about 15 minutes and go have a snack. Okay guys, I had a fella email me and said, Kirk, I'm doing ceilings. Do I need that Derby you use for outside? No, you don't need this. And I'll tell you why. Because this ceiling, if you were up here, it's a wavy ceiling. They did this 100 years ago. We're in a Victorian home. This ceiling has got so many waves up here, you get seasick if you look at it. It's just wavy, so you don't need that. Another thing too, okay, Jay just mixed me up this last batch of mud, and I'm going to go ahead and put that second coat on. And here's what we do, guys. Now, by the way, that's hard. We just took a 10-minute break. I had a banana and a cup of coffee, and that's hard. Okay, so we're going to put this next coat on it and chew it out. By the way, too, guys, when I looked at this ceiling, first thing I had to find out is if there's insulation in that attic, because if I remove it, and 100 years ago they used to just shoot that stuff in, or it didn't used to be like the stuff with the paper back. So if it had insulation up there, I would have had to say, well, we got to vacuum that stuff out. Otherwise, when I remove it, it's just going to, it would have a pile on the floor of the insulation. So anyway, we got lucky. There wasn't much up there. Although I still have that dust all over me. Let's see. So now, guys, what I'm doing is I'm going to chew this whole thing out. And then when I get to that stage, which is going to take me about 15 minutes, I'll show you how we match this texture too. Okay, guys. Now, a minute ago I said this wall was, or ceiling was somewhat wavy. That's what we're matching. That being said, what we don't want is a concaved ceiling here. We want it to match this from that side. We don't want a hump. We want it to flow gently and have some gentle slopes like the rest of it. So that's what I'm doing right here. And this is going to have to set again about, I would say 15 minutes. And that way I can put my texture in it. All right, guys, just when you think, man, that looks easy, I think I can do that, I'll show you a few more things that are still necessary in order to get this. One of the things is, I take my float now with a little bit of water, and I'm using a new float. It's not all full of sand and grit. I go over the perimeter. I go over the perimeter to get the joints in. After we got the joints in, there's another thing. This part actually is more difficult or takes longer to learn than the rest of everything I've done. Okay, now you take this float and get those lines out. Get those lines out. Come here. The more water you have on this float, the more they'll come out. I'm kind of getting kind of dry there, so I'm going to dip it back in this water. And again, guys, this part takes practice. Get those trowel marks out of there. And plus, what I'm doing too is I'm bringing it back to life. Meaning, if I hit it with this, let me show you something, guys. If I hit it too soon, what will happen is, okay, I hit it too soon. It could take the texture right off, but we're about ready for it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and set this little wet guy down and finish floating everything, and this is about ready. Perfect time to hit it with the roller. And again, all I'm doing is I'm putting this on its flat edge and getting some of my trowel marks out. And besides putting it on the flat edge to get the trowel marks out, I'm checking the consistency of the plaster itself. As I said a minute ago, this part takes a lot more practice than any other aspect of doing this. So I'm checking it, basically. If it's too stiff, the roller will do no good. If it's just coming off everywhere, then the roller will sink in and won't give it that texture that I want. So I'm prepping it. prepping it, getting it right to where I know is about right. And if I need a little bit of mud, I still have some in that bucket there. Okay, get that. Got any holidays? No worries, the float will get rid of them. Got, okay, and we're about ready to use that roller now and just give it that orange peel look. Okay, that's done. Now I take this, I want to dip it in a little water. I don't want it too heavy where it's falling all over the place. And the fatter the roller, guys, the better off you are. A little cheap roller won't give you any texture. You need one of those $10 fluffy ones. This one actually has been used a few times, but it'll work. And this is all we do, guys. We go over it with the water. The camera's probably not going to show this, but what I'm getting is, I'm getting an orange peel look now. This way, when they go to paint it, they won't say, "Hey, Kirk, you know, everything you did is groovy, but it's too smooth. The rest of the wall is kind of dimpled like an orange peel." So that's what we do right here. So I can look at it right here and get what I know will match theirs. Anyway, guys, that's how you do a ceiling repair. And the smaller the hole, obviously, the easier it is to do the repair. I got another 10 minutes here, but I won't bore you with the details. I got a couple little trowel marks and things to still get out, but you get the idea of what I'm saying. Anyway, guys, my name is Kirk. I'm with Kirk Giordano Plastering. As usual, Jason and I thank you for watching, and we will see you guys on the next fix. And by the way, guys, if you like what we do, click below, subscribe. If you want to see anything, just write down, "Hey, Kirk, show me how to do this or that." As far as it's got to do with plastering or stucco, we'll show it to you. Thank you, and again, we'll see you on the next one.